You're on 100.3, the sounds of MacArthur. Greg Bryant with you for the Aussie Collection Show. It's now time for another special guest for Acoustics in the Room. The very talented Rory Phillips. Welcome back.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for letting me on.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. I'm a big fan of yours, as you know.
Thanks, Greg.
Now, you just came back from Tamworth in the Academy, Junior Academy. How was it?
Yes, I did. For the second time, I was lucky enough to win a CCMA scholarship, and I went and I had an absolute ball, so I'm now slightly brain fried. So if I struggle with answering a question, it's probably because of that, because they work you really hard.
You're very busy, I heard, and you did a lot of gigs as well for the Hats Off. What was that like?
Yeah, I did an album launch for one of my good friends, Cora Norton. That was a lot of fun. That was great.
And I heard you did a lot of hours as well. Very busy then?
Yeah, very, very busy. Like, classes start at 9 and they go till like 10:30 some nights.
Wow. And what about the different tutors you had?
Well, I did the band course, so I had Liam Kennedy Clark, but the singer-songwriters had Jane Denham, they had David Carter, and they had Simon Johnson to tutor them. They also had a few guest speakers come in, like Elise Simmons and Travis Collins, and Amber Lawrence, even though she's 7 months pregnant, managed to do it over Skype, so wow. I reckon she did pretty well.
Maybe if she has a boy, she can name it Rory. You didn't tell her that?
No, I didn't.
I'll message her and I'll let her know. Now, what type of music was being played when you realise you wanted to get into music?
Oh, for me, it was sort of more the rock and the blues sort of stuff, but I like to think that my genre is a bit of a melting pot of rock, blues, folk, country, you know.
Yeah. I
don't really have a set genre, I don't think.
And I did tell you earlier that I get a lot of requests for your music on my show, which is good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like when my music gets a lot of airplay.
Yeah, which is good. Well, you have brought your guitar. What do you want to... I'd love to hear a live one in the studio. What do you want to play for us first?
Well, speaking of the Academy, I wrote a song with the great Alan Caswell. Kevin Bennett says that is the most overused phrase in Tamworth. I wrote a song with Alan Caswell, so now I can join the club, the I Wrote a Song with Alan Caswell Club.
Everybody has, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to play a song called Half My Life.
Take it away when you're ready. Here's Rory Phillips.
I spent half my life out here on the road, burning up diesel, chasing the money I'm owed. I've been taking the back roads to hide my overload, 'cause I spent half my life out here on the road. I spent half my life eating truck stop food. The coffee's hot and strong and the steak's too tough to chew. I've been hanging out for a home-cooked meal from you. I spent half my life eating truck stop food. I spent half my life holding this ball and chain, and the other half sitting here crazy till I'm back on the road again. I spent half my life in freedom, I spent half my life in pain, I spent all my life behind the wheel, looking for a better way. Till I'm back on the road again. I spent half my life in freedom, I spent half my life in pain, I spent all my life behind the wheel, looking for a better way. I spent half my life out here on the road, burning up diesel, chasing the money I'm owed. I've been taking the back roads to hide my overload. I spent half my life out here on the road.
Rory Phillips, that was awesome.
Thanks, yeah, I'm quite proud of that song, even though it's quite ironic. I spent half my life on the road.
Which you have you?
Not quite half, but probably almost.
Almost. So what was it like riding with Alan Caswell?
Oh my God, he's so amazing. Like, I always struggle to write songs, but, you know, I started writing at about 9:30, about half an hour into classes, and they drew the names out of a hat and I got picked to write with Alan, and they said, oh, you got till 10:45, which was when morning tea was, to finish your song. We finished it at 10:15. You finish it in half the time they allocate you when you write a song with Alan Caswell, just because you can.
Wow.
That's how amazing he is. He came up with the first verse in like 10 minutes.
Wow, he must have a lot of ideas going through his head.
Oh, yeah.
To write this many songs.
I'd love to know what he thinks about when he's trying to go to sleep. Oh, wait, song idea.
Now I have to talk about your great EP, Cars and Guitars, that's out.
Yeah.
What can you tell everyone that hasn't got it already?
It's been out now for a couple of years. If you don't have a copy already, come and see me at one of my gigs. I've got the closest gig to you guys here would probably be Braidwood.
Yeah.
How close is that? Yeah, closer than Tumut, I'd say.
Oh, people can travel to Tumut to see you.
So I'm doing a thing with Country Rocks Under the Stars. That's in Braidwood. When, Mum? It's the start of August. Sometimes check out my my Facebook page. I think it's the first weekend of August. I'm also supporting Montgomery Church from Cooma in Tumut. So come and see me at either of those. Or you can buy my music on iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify, Google Play. But I would definitely prefer if you got a hard copy, because you know how hard it is these days. I mean, you probably only get $5 for each $10 EP you sell on iTunes. So, you know, please do come and see me at a gig. I'd love to meet you all.
And what we can say about your EP, if someone hasn't got it, we can say, why not? Which is a great EP.
Yeah, thanks.
You did audition for the School of Rock. What made you want to do that?
Well, that goes back to Rock Academy in Melbourne. The guys who run it, Phil Sobrano, relation to Kate's brother, tagged me in it and said, oh, how about you audition for this? So we went up to Sydney to audition, and even though I didn't get the part, I'm very proud of myself because I got very, very far. I have no idea how many people auditioned in Melbourne because there was 2 sets of auditions, but I was part of the top 3 options in Sydney, so I'm very happy with that.
Wow. So what's coming up next for you?
Well, I've got those 2 gigs I talked about. I don't think there's too much going on until I have got International Blues Day coming up in Wagga, so that should be good. But I don't think I've got that much going on, which is kind of great in a way because I've just had a massive week and I sort of need to wind down from Academy because that's what it's like.
Good to have a rest.
Yeah, good to have a rest.
And that song that you wrote with Alan Caswell, do you have plans on recording it?
Definitely, somewhere down the track, maybe on my next album when I finally get around to making another one. I definitely feel like that should be on there.
It is a great one, and I have to say the requests that keep coming in for your songs is Cars and Guitars and Happier Day. People keep requesting those.
Interesting.
They must love those ones off the EP.
That must be the favourites. I'll make sure to include those more in my sets.
Yeah. So what's the best way for people to see where you're playing and find more information?
Well, I have got a gig guide. I've got my gig guide on my website. That's www.roryphillips.com.au. I've got a Facebook page. It's Rory Phillips AU. Instagram is that's Rory B. Phillips Music. Yes. I don't have Twitter, but everything that you could imagine apart from that, I'm sure you'll be able to find me somewhere. So go and check out all those websites.
Yeah, well, Rory, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks, Greg.
As you know, I'm a big fan of you. It's great having you back in.
Thanks, Greg.
And another thanks to your mum for letting you come back in again.
Yeah, Mum.
And you're welcome back any time.
Thanks.
In the area.
Thanks very much. I'll have to remember that. I think we might drop in next time I'm around in the area.
Sounds good. And do you think we can finish with one more?
Yeah, I reckon.
What do you want to play for us?
Well, this song doesn't really need an introduction, but it is one of my favourite songs to play. This one's Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. I'm gonna fight 'em off. The Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off. They're taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night 'cause I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And there's a message coming from my eyes, says leave it alone. Don't want to hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch it coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you. Now that ain't what you wanna hear, but that's what I'm due. And the stains coming from my blood tell me find a home. I'm gonna Wichita, far, far from this opera forevermore. I'm gonna work the straw. I'll make the sweat drip out of every pore. And I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding and I'm bleeding right before the Lord. Yeah, the words are gonna bleed from me and I will sing no more. And the stains coming from my blood tell me go back home. Go back home. Go back home. Go back home. Seven Nation Army, yeah. Seven Nation Army, yeah. Seven Nation Army, yeah. Seven Nation Army, yeah. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. A Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back.
The super talented Rory Phillips. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And before we go, I have to say that a few people just messaged on Facebook, and I'd love you to give a shout out to them. There's a Margie and a Dave who are listening. Said you sound awesome.
There is a Margie and a Dave listening. Yep. Thank you very much.
And they can't wait to get a copy of your EP, so there you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The other one I just want to give a shout out to, you said you guys were listening. Maddie and Donna, Collier. Those are my mates from the first time I went to the academy, coincidentally. Talk about going full circle. Yes, I'd just like to thank you guys for supporting me.
Well, thanks again for coming in, Rory, and you're welcome back any time.
Thank you very much, Greg.
And I'll see you in Tamworth.
Thank you. I hope I see you in Tamworth, Greg.
Yes, I'll come to a few gigs of yours for sure.
I'd love to see you in January.
Thanks again.
Thank you.